Shalom, Shalom, Yasharallah. It's your brother Gadar, call Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me the 100% truth. Wa Barakatham, until you sincere Akim, while you few sincere Akwath. May peace and blessings be unto your households. In this quick lesson, we're going to basically get into an account with Esdras when he was asking the angel, archangel Uriel. He's asking him questions about about the Lord. He was asking questions basically that was too high for thee. All right, too high for thee for him to be able to comprehend, and basically in these fleshly bodies. Right, and I'm gonna get into this account, and we're gonna go into basically how, like, there's just some things that are just not meant for us to get here right now. Right, there's a lot of questions that we have on how the Lord does things, or like why does He do certain things. All right, now some of them may have answers, but there's a lot of them that, hey man, it's just we'll get that later. Cause some Jakes be having some questions that we can't answer because we're down here. But I'm gonna go ahead and get 2nd Esdras chapter 4. I'm start at verse 1. It says, and the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer. Said, thy heart hath gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High. All right, so your heart, which is your mind, gotten so big in this world. Not so big, but like you think you're on a level enough to where you could comprehend these things. All right, he was thinking he was on a level to where he could comprehend these things, but honestly he couldn't. But he didn't know that. The angel Uriel did, but he didn't know that. All right, you'll get to a point to where, like, we're learning a lot in the truth. We're growing a lot. We think we can comprehend some of the things. Well, what it says, the way of the Most High. All right, there's a lot of stuff that we just can't comprehend right now on this side. What we do have is what we need. All right, what we need to know for salvation, which is all we need. But there's just some things that we're not going to know on this side. Right? There's just some questions that's not going to get answered until the time comes. Which is, honestly, when you get in a new body. Right? When the kingdom of heaven is established on earth. So stuff like that. Read, it says, then said I, yeah, my Lord. And he answered me and said, I am sent to show the 3 ways and to set forth the similitudes before thee. Wherefore, if thou canst declare me one, I will show thee also the way that thou desirest to see, and I shall show thee from whence the wicked heart cometh. All right, so basically he's gonna give him three questions. All right, if I'm not mistaken, he's gonna give him 3 questions, and if he can answer one of them, then Uriel's gonna give him what he desires. All right, what he seeks to know, what Esdras seeks to know. But I'm gonna keep going. It says, verse 5. It says, and I said, tell on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of the fire, or measure me the blast of the wind, or call me again the day that is past. All right. Then answered I and said, what man is able to do that? So you basically asked him questions that he couldn't answer, which was what, like, how much is fire away? All right. Can measure the wind, like how does the wind, like, goes? And then it said, or call me again the day that passed. So, hey, can you call back the day that just passed, like yesterday? Can you call that back? Really questions that he knew that he couldn't answer. All right, I'm gonna I'm just reread verse 6. It says, "Then answered I and said, what man is able to do that thou shouldest ask such things of me?" All right, so basically, yeah, pretty much what he says, like, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory that, like how I'm gonna be able to answer that. I can't answer that. And verse 7 says, "And he said unto me, if I should ask thee how great dwellings are in the midst of the sea, or how many springs are in the beginning of the deep, or how many springs are above the firmament, or which are the outgoings of paradise, peradventure thou wouldest say unto me, I never went down into the deep, nor as yet into hell, neither did I ever climb up into heaven." All right, so he was saying, if I would have asked you that, then you would have said this, basically. Like, yeah, because there's other questions he could have asked him, but but as it goes into it, he said, basically, he asked him questions that, like, he deal with, like, with stuff he deal with every day, like fire. You deal with that. That when you feel that pretty much every day, you know. What else? What else did he ask? Oh yeah, the day that just passed, man. Every day you go through every day. All right, so he asked him things that he deal with on a daily type deal, on a daily. All right, so he could really get his point across, because he said he could have asked him how deep is the water, or how deep is the ocean, but like he never been. He would have said he had never been down there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna read on verse 9. It says, "Nevertheless, now I have asked thee, but only of the fire and wind, and of the day whereof, wherethrough thou hast passed, and of things from which thou canst not be separated, and yet canst thou give me no answer of them." Meaning, with things that you deal with, you've deal with before, you've seen many of times. Like, we see fire many of times, right? But none of us can say how much fire is weigh. Still to this day, nobody know how much fire weigh, right? Nobody knows that, right? It says, verse 10, he said, "Moreover unto me, thine own things and such as are grown up with thee, canst thou not know?" Meaning, he been knowing this all his life, yet he still can't give an answer for it. All right, but let me go ahead and get to verse 11. It says, "How should thy vessel then be able to comprehend the way of the highest, and the world being now outwardly corrupted, to understand the corruption that is evident in my sight?" All right, so in other words, he said, if you can't answer these simple things that you've been dealing with since birth, how can you answer? How can I give you answers to things of the highest? All right, because basically the questions he asked will basically be simple, and you've been knowing all our life. There's things we like, the things that we deal with on the daily, we still don't have answers to, like pretty much those. All right, how much fire away? How can we measure wind? Hey man, you ask anybody, they're like, how the hell I'm supposed to? But we've been dealing with it since birth, right? But we can't answer that. But we asking the Most High, certain questions that we're not going to get an answer to until later, until we get out of this body. Certain things that you just shouldn't ask. All right, I mean, if you do, then you're most likely gonna get an answer like this. All right, how much far away? Oh, you don't even know how much far away, but you asking me, am I gonna be? Can you do this? Can you do that? Or whatever, outlandish questions, you might have. All right, trying to understand why did Yahweh just decide to da. All right, well, like, can you tell me? Can you measure the wind? How much is water or fire away? It's just, there's just questions that you're not gonna get the answer to. Well, we're not gonna be able to comprehend being in these bodies. I mean, cause like we'll answer questions, but the Lord knows that we can't handle like the answer. We're not gonna be able to comprehend it. We still can't even comprehend the kingdom. All right, we try to, but honestly, we can't fully comprehend the kingdom. Right? We try. We got a general idea, but the Lord said He gonna surpass that. So it's like, dang, how? Like, if you really think about it, how can you surpass what we're thinking? Because brother got plenty of ideas, and the Lord's going to surpass all of that. All right. Um, Let me see. Yeah, that was it for the second Idris. Yeah, that was it. Cause I just wanted to get that point. How not second Idris. How Idris had that conversation with Uriel, right? The angel Uriel, and basically that's what he gave him the answer to. Because Idris was asking some pretty good questions. All right, he was asking some questions. All right, that's pretty good questions, but it wasn't gonna get answered because he wouldn't be able to comprehend it right now. Because we came in answer basically the simple things right as of right now. All right. Matter of fact, let me look real quick. Let me look. Okay, no, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and get into, where is it? Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 8. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." So, Yahweh Bashem is on a whole nother thinking scale than we are, right? There's a lot of things that they know that we don't, right? It's like this is already like, there's already a lot of things we just don't understand. This question that brothers may have had before, like, dang, why such and such? But, over time they understood. They're like, yeah, I'm just not going to be able to get that answer right now. Like, you say that for later, for the kingdom, for when you get the new body. Because once you get the new body, a lot of that stuff is going to be answered anyways. And even then, in the new body, you're still going to have questions. Like, it really shows how far they are off. I mean, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shah are. How high they are, man. Because, if we're still going to be able to ask questions, being in the new body, and we're going to know how, pretty much everything works. We probably going to know, not probably, we are going to know how much fire away at that time. Get the new body, you're going to know how much fire away then. But even then, you're still going to have questions for the Lord. And Lord, it really shows how, high they are, man. Or the way they think, the way they carry things is we definitely not going to be able to comprehend that right now. So to ask Lord, why did he do this? Why did he do that? It's really man, that's not a good way of thinking. The thought comes, but you have to rebuke that because it's just a demon. It's just demon trying to get you to think man, why would the Lord do this? I'm doing that. Why? You'll be lucky if he even answered why. But some things is just man, you're not going to get that answer until later. You're just not. Certain things, right? We're not going to get everything down here. We're mainly getting what we need. We got everything we need down here for salvation. All right, which is all we need. Because the focus right now is to get out here in the first place. We can save them questions that we think that are deep now later. Because a lot of them are going to get answered once you get the new body anyways. All right. So, for your walk, you might be going through something. You might be thinking, why the Lord doing it this way? Or why the Lord doing it that way? Dang, man, why did this happen to me? Dang, man, it's just you're not going to be able to comprehend it. You're going to bug yourself out doing that. All right. You're going to, without a doubt, you're going to bug yourself out. All right. Some things you just ultimately really just have faith in the Lord, man. Just believe in him. Just believe that he is. All right. And know that everything he does for your walk, or pray, pray. Make sure you pray that he doesn't take the spirit off of you. That's all we do, because all we have is really just hope. We don't know what the Lord got planned for us fully. We just hope that it's good. That's it, man. We just hope that what Yahweh Bashem Shah is doing for our walks is for good. All right, this brother that's been, in the truth. And, that have said, like, man, ain't no way you can fall out. Ain't no way, hey, if you fall out, you dumb. And that's the same one that fell out. Which is very scary because, like, man, we really don't know who's who. All right, there's a lot of Judases out here. All right, hey, man, it's just like, and we pray and hope that we don't fulfill them lots. We pray and hope we be that good and faithful servant that the Lord can be happy to see. Me personally, man, I want to be able to look at Yahweh Bashem Shah, Yahweh Shah, and just smile and be happy. I don't want to look at him and then feel ashamed. I mean, right now, yeah, I probably would. I'm like, man, I'm filthy, But I want Yahweh Shah, man, that say thou good and faithful servant. Not the I never knew you. Oh man, that would destroy me at that point. But yeah, it's just Yahweh Bashem Shah, they're on a whole nother thinking scale on than we are. So it's like we're not gonna really comprehend why they're doing certain things. I mean, they'll give us answers on certain things, but there's other things that we're just not gonna get answers for. All right, therefore we really shouldn't be worried about it right now. All right, we get Sirach chapter 3, verse 21. It says, "Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search out the things that are above thy strength." All right, so it's telling you not to really, bug yourself out trying to figure out the answer to certain questions. All right, just trust it. Just pray to Yahweh Bashem Shah that, hey, man, just to take care of you. I mean, he'll take care of you. All right, he gonna chastise you. He gonna put you through some hell. You gonna suffer. Expect that. Don't even question why you suffering. Just be glad that the Lord dealing with you, because what Scripture says, man, it says, I'm pretty sure it's Hebrews. It's either 11 or 12, if I'm not mistaken. It says, "The Lord loveth who he chastens." And chastening goes into discipline. So if the Lord disciplining you, in other words, you're getting a spiritual ass whooping. All right, so you're going through hell. You're going through it. All right, so just trust in Yahweh Bashem Shah, and just, if you fear the Lord, guess what? You're gonna just hope. You're gonna hope for good. All right, that's all we can do is just hope for good. All right, that's what the Lord wants. He just wants us to trust in Him. You don't want us to question Him on every little thing. All right. Now, when you're afraid, when you're like younger in the truth, of course you're gonna end up questioning it. But as you get farther in the truth, you learn to not question it. All right. You just be like, man, you understand, like, okay, for whatever reason, it's for the betterment of me. It's not to destroy me. But anyways, man, Lord willing, y'all was edified. I'm gonna end it off by saying, "Call Halal Yimla Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakakwadash." For giving the Spirit to do this quick lesson. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Until next time I say, Shalom, Yesharallah.